Okay, I hope you can see this from my camera on my computer screen. I'm in Silhouette Studio, and how I make my labels, I've got some examples here on the left side. And what I do is I open up the drawing tool and I choose a shape. Then I go over here to the mat and click about halfway right here on the one and drag it over to 5 inches. And as you can see here, it's about almost a ½ inch, and this is almost 5 inches long. That's about your standard wrap hat label. Make sure you select this tool to go back to working. And so I can see what I'm doing, I select a color to fill it in. I'm just going to click green, and you can see the measurements here. And then to create these little circles for the Chicago screws, you can see that it will go behind this. So what you need to do is right click, send to back, and you'll see your little circle for your Chicago screw. That's hard to say. And I have that one right there on the opposite end. And how I made these was I went back to the drawing tool, select circle, and I went over here and drew a little circle about that size. Looks about right. You can eyeball it. I don't have an actual measurement unless you look at the dimensions here. You can also see them up here at the top on this row. And what I do so I can see this little guy is filling in with white. But I leave the blue lines on to help me measure. That way they're on each end evenly. And you can zoom in and see this much better to see what I did there. So the next step is to group it all together. Right click, hit group. That way you can move it about in your program in case you need to work. Move this little guy out of here. So to cut this, I use the faux leather sheets that Cricut makes, or you can buy other brands. I just select Heat Transfer Smooth. It doesn't really matter on how to cut this part. Hit cut. I do use an auto blade. There are deeper cut blades available, but I only have the auto blade available right now. This setting is set to 10. My force is 22. The speed of this is 2. And I want to make 2 passes. Now this is just for the leather. And then, of course, always try test cut. Then you send to your machine. And it should cut it just like that. And what I like to do is when I'm cutting these, I don't cut one at a time. I left this up so I could show everyone that I have this little group right here all made out. And then I cut one row, and then I'll turn my mat around and cut another row, because I have tried to cut many all at once and the machine just did not like that. So I hope this helps those who want to know how to cut the leather hat labels using Silhouette Studio.